So there's that awkward part of the video where you realize that the background is actually my hoodie. I'm glad we cleared that up early on. Here's a question. What do you write about when you don't know what to write about? Sometimes when you're writing a blog or doing a vlog or just writing in general, you have no idea what to do next. Which reminds me, I haven't planned this video out past this point. It's that terrible moment when you go to start something new and that blank page just slaps you in the face. It's as if that blank page takes its empty hand and then just whah! Very rude. When this happens, there are a couple different ways I approach the situation. And by a couple, I mean 5. Probably 5. I haven't really counted yet. We'll just see when we get there. Method 1. First things first, if you've just been slapped in the face by a blank page, refrain from slapping it back. I know you might be tempted, but electronics are expensive, guys. But Rebecca, I hear you object. I write by hand. Well, don't beat up trees either because they've suffered enough. Method 2. Just shrug and walk away. Let me provide you with an example. Of course, you're not going to get very far if there's a wall in your way, so you might want to turn. Because sure, you can force your fingers to create words and stuff, but sometimes you just need some space. Follow these simple steps. 1. Invent something so simple that everyone wants it. 2. Make lots of it. 3. Sell lots of it. 4. Make lots of money. 5. Build a rocket out of money. 6. Realize your mistake. And then 7. Invent a non-combustible rocket not made out of money and then fly to outer space, and there you will have space from what you've been writing. Good plan, right? Method 3. Write something. Anything. The mere act of putting words on paper is practice, even if it doesn't feel like it. Part of the difficulty in writing is that you have to develop it as a habit. People talk all the time about how hard it is to break a habit, but it's almost just as hard to start a habit. I mean, have you ever tried being on a diet before? Snack cakes. They were invented to ruin diets. Writing a book is like a good metaphor. It blurs the line between reality and fiction. It's also hard to get it right the first time and avoid cheesiness and cliches. If you want to avoid cheesiness in your writing, you just have to remember to brie yourself. Pun. Method 4. Instead of writing for a while, do some reading. If you can't make your own words obey the whims of your brain, then read the successful words of other writers. Because nothing says you're not doomed to failure by looking at the success of others. Actually, that sometimes is disheartening, but yeah. Other people have succeeded at doing this. You can do it too! Hopefully reading is a fulfilling experience where you can prove to yourself that words can indeed be strung together in a coherent sentence. Because let's face it, guys, sometimes it seems impossible to string words into a sentence that makes sense. I shall refer you to the pun from earlier. If you want to avoid cheesiness in your writing, you just have to remember to brie yourself. Method 5. Write about nothing. Just write. Rant. Get out of the rut by writing something so obnoxiously verbose that words seem fun again. And if you're not incongruously afraid of heights, stand on a tabletop, stand in a tree, stand on your rooftop, stand on someone else's rooftop, stand on top of a skyscraper, stand on top of a cloud, and just rant about something, anything, everything. Vent the frustrations of human language. Method number after 5, because I stopped counting. You must, above all else, be incoherent. Babble, 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 stutter, and shout with sounds and noises that have nothing to do with words, nothing to do with communicating clearly. And at the very end, you must shout to the heavens. That was all one breath. I'm gonna lightheaded now. At the end, you've still communicated something. Whether you use words or emotions or sounds or body language, you're saying something all the time, no matter what. You're conveying something about yourself in everything you do. Whether it's frustration, anger, excitement, or just pure energy. And doesn't it say something about language and communication and humanity? That we can communicate emotions without words. It says that even if words won't wise up and get in line, you can still express something about yourself. Because so much of what we are just can't be expressed through words. Let's have a conversation. Long story short, if you're finding it difficult to put words on a page, if you're finding it difficult to think straight and speak clearly, just know that you don't need to speak clearly to communicate. And sometimes taking a step back from language and realizing that communication is far more than anything words can ever describe will, at the very least, keep you from slapping electronics and paper. But it also just might help you realize how important words really can be. And so I bid you a fond farewell. Been a pleasure. I think I should go for a 90s look, guys. What do you think? Tie it over the back of my shoulders. Stand a bit taller, talk a bit more pretentiously. Has my hair looked like that the whole time? Blech, my hair does not taste good, if you were wondering. Tastes kind of like hair. Tastes sharp.